Hello everyone, it's good to have you here, and today we will decode Stellar, what Stellar is and how it is going to help us in future, basically how it is going to solve the problems which are already existing in our world. This video will focus more on the fundamental aspects of Stellar rather than the technical aspects. So let's get started with it already. So when we look at the social media platforms of Stellar, we can see that they are trying to solve the real world problems related to cross-border payments, more specifically the remittance part. And when we check out the Stellar's website, which is stellar.org, we can see that they are trying to solve the problems associated with payments on and off ramps and tokenization. So let's explore these promises of Stellar and how they are going to deliver these promises and solve these problems. So first of all, we need to understand what cross-border payments are. According to Bank of England, the cross-border transactions are basically the financial transactions between two persons who are in two different countries. So it covers both wholesale and retail payments and also include remittances. So this is where the Stellar narrative fits in. So according to Bank of England's report, the total value of cross-border payments was $150 trillion in 2017 before Corona, and it is estimated to reach around $250 trillion by 2027, which is basically 100 trillion increase in one decade. And when we move further on this statistics, we can see that the cross-border payments value was around $190 trillion in 2023, and it is supposed to reach $290 trillion by 2030, and we are already in 2024. If we interpret further, we can see that in next 6 years 100 trillions will be added in this cross-border payments market. So this is a huge market, and there are various challenges in this particular market which can be solved through Stellar. Challenges like the cost of sending money, the duration of sending money, this can be significantly reduced using the Stellar blockchain. But to compare this reduction, we need to know the actual cost of sending the cross-border payments and also the duration of cross-border payments. So for that, there are various reports, and according to these reports, we can clearly see that it takes up to 5 business days in order to receive the payments, which is absolutely high. But if someone was to use a Stellar, then this transaction can be completed within 3 to 5 seconds. Can you imagine the difference between 3 to 5 seconds and up to 5 business days? This is quite high. Now imagine a situation where some person is trying to send money to his family who is in urgent need of money. Now in one scenario, they have to wait for 5 days, up to 5 days. It can be reached in 1 day also. But in another scenario, they can receive the money in just 5 seconds, which can be game changing in future. Now let's see the current cost of sending cross-border payments. According to a report by International Monetary Fund, we can see that the average cost of sending $200 from one country to another is $12.5, which is around 6.25%. It is quite high, and it is not the absolute percentage, rather it is the average percentage, which means that it can go as high as 50%. Yes, you heard it right, it can go as high as 50%. Can you even imagine you sending money from one end of this world to the other end, and half of your money is gone by the time it reaches the other person? United Nations has a list of sustainable goals, and almost all the countries in this world strive to achieve these goals, and one of the goals is financial inclusion. And G20, which is a group of 20 powerful countries, has set a target to reduce this 6.25% cost to just 3%, and they would be requiring technologies like Stellar in order to achieve these goals. So when we look at this IMF report, we can clearly see that they want to reduce this 6.25% to just 3% by 2030. And when we check this report by IMF further, we can clearly see the high percentage of sending money from one country to another. You can see the case of Turkey to Bulgaria, and it can take half of your money while sending the payments. These high rates not only reduces the financial inclusion, but also promotes money laundering and all the other financial terrorisms. Now let's explore the remittances in our world. So when we look at this data of remittances, we can see that India tops this list with $111 billion in 2022, and it has increased by almost 20% as compared to 2021. And when you have a look at this particular list, you can clearly see that almost all the countries are from the developing group of countries, and this list conveys a story of people who has migrated from these developing countries to developed nations in order to earn the living, or maybe to achieve their dreams, or for whatever reasons, but they are sending money back to their families in their developing nations, and they have been facing the problems that we just discussed. They need the solutions from decades now, and Stellar might be the solution they have been looking for. And Ukraine is also there on the list, maybe due to the war, because a lot of countries or supporters are sending them money or remittances. That's why they are on the list. And the good thing is that Stellar has came up over here as well, and they have helped UNHCR in distributing or sending or facilitating this particular movement of money to Ukraine, helping a lot of families out there with $1.1 million. This is something really huge, and this is what the real world use cases that we have been talking about. And this is just the beginning how blockchains can make the impact in real world. And that's not all. Stellar is going beyond this and collaborating with one of the biggest companies out there to help them facilitate cross-border payments. Now let's explore one of such collaboration. Stellar has collaborated with Moneygram to solve the problems that we just discussed in the video earlier. The technology of Stellar basically converts the physical cash into digital form, and after that it becomes quite easy to move that digital form in any part of this world. And it not only reduces the cost of sending the money, but also the time of sending the money. And the fun part is you won't even require a bank account for it. Now that's what you call financial inclusion. There are various wallets that one can use in order to utilize this particular functionality, like the Beans, Lobster, or Vibrant. Now let's explore further and see how it all works. So basically there is a process of cash in and cash out. In cash in, you just have to put your money into the digital format, and it is as easy as depositing money in ATMs or your bank account. So what you have to do is just enter the amount that you want to deposit in your digital wallet or convert your physical cash into the digital form. For that, just type the amount, and after that you have to enter the details and select the location of Moneygram where you want to deposit that particular money. And after that, just visit that selected location and you can complete your transaction. And in cash out, you just have to enter the amount that you want to withdraw, and after that just enter the details and you would be able to withdraw the money from Moneygram's kiosk. It is as simple as that. This can be quite helpful not just in remittances or cross-border payments, but also while traveling. Just how easy currency exchange can get. You don't have to worry about currency exchange at all while traveling around the world. All you have to do is just cash in while you are in your country and cash out at the different locations worldwide while you are traveling. This is as simple as that. And guess what? Stellar is not stopping anytime soon. And they are coming up with smart contracts, which basically means that they are going to get even more smarter. But we will have a separate video for this after the Soroban comes in. Soroban is basically the smart contract for Stellar. So let's move further in the video. And over here you can see the 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs. And I might try to force it, but there is some connection directly or indirectly with Stellar with 3 of the ETFs over here. So when we see the first one, which is Greyscale, Greyscale already has this trust called Greyscale Stellar Lumens Trust, and it derives its value from XLM. So this basically improves the credibility of Stellar. And not just this, even the Wisdomtree has collaborated with Stellar, and also the Franklin Templeton fund, and they have been quite vocal on Twitter about it. You can see this particular post by Stellar, which clearly states that how Stellar is helping tokenizing the money market for Franklin Templeton. And Stellar is helping these funds scale and get even bigger. How can we talk about Stellar and not talk about Ripple? Well, the way developments going on in the Stellar makes Stellar go even further than Ripple, and in future there might not be any comparisons made between them when we look at these situations, because Moneygram was with Ripple before working with Stellar. So you can analyze yourself where Stellar is heading in future. So before we wrap up this video, let's compare the market cap of Stellar, basically XLM and XRP. So when we check the market cap of XRP, it is around $30 billion, and fully diluted value is $55 billion. The circulating supply is around $54 billion, and it is almost the half of total supply. But when we look at XLM, it is just $3 billion, and as compared to XRP, it is just the 10%. So the possibilities are endless, and I'm not a financial advisor. You can see it yourself, and this video is just for educational purposes, not for any financial advice. So I hope this video was helpful in understanding the fundamentals of Stellar. In the upcoming videos, we will also dive deep into the projects associated with Stellar. So don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to our channel for more such videos. See you in the next video.